Hi, ladies. I am so excited to be back. It feels like it's been a little while since I have gone live in this group. Because there's so many amazing experts in here, but today I am focusing all on talking about your intuition because to me, your intuition is the most powerful tool you can utilize in your business. So I'm going to show you some tools and tips to really utilize the power of your intuition to call in abundance and to guide you in your business. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Alyse Bacine. I am a leader in breathwork and a psychic healer. I've been teaching breathwork for 20 years. I have led hundreds of women to create radical transformations in their lives utilizing the power of breathwork and my psychic abilities. So what I do is I help women be able to use their intuition as their guide and really learn to trust your intuition to guide you to know what is next in your life, right? So I teach breath work because breath work is literally the most important tool that you can use for your own ascension. So if you are someone who is looking to raise your vibrational frequency, if you are someone who is looking to create an entirely new life for yourself and for the planet, then breath work is the most powerful tool that you can use, and I'll tell you why. Because there are two things that are happening when you utilize the power of breath work. So what I teach is called conscious connected breathing. And what you are doing is you are using a breath pattern where you are focusing on your breath in the present moment. And when you are focusing on your breathing, you are forcing yourself to be in the present moment. And what is so great about the present moment? The present moment is the field of infinite possibilities. That is where all possibilities exist, right? The quantum field, where any possibility is available to you. So when you are continuously practicing, consciously and regularly practicing, focusing on your breathing in the present moment, you are regularly practicing being connected to the field of infinite possibilities. So why does that matter? Because the more you connect yourself to the field of infinite possibilities, the more infinite possibilities are available to you. So what ends up happening when you utilize the practice of breath work is you start to be able to manifest and you start to be able to create things that you never thought that you could create before. Why? Because you are connecting yourself to the field of infinite possibility. And that is what we do when we utilize the power of your breath. Hi, Carrie. Thanks for hopping on. And guys, please let me know if you have questions about what I'm talking about. I'm going to offer a lot of information, a lot of tools. So please let me know if you have questions or if you've had experiences with this that you'd like to share. I'd love to hear from you. Love to make this a conversation. So please let me know. So that's the first thing that happens when we utilize the power of the breath, right? We force ourselves to be in the present moment and we utilize the field of infinite possibilities. We connect to the field of infinite possibilities where all of a sudden things are available to you that you never thought you could ever have. Right? And all of a sudden you're creating a new life for yourself that you never thought you'd be able to create. More money, new career, better relationships with your family members, right? Because all of a sudden you're expanding your consciousness, you're expanding your awareness to believe that these things are possible for you, and you're connecting to the frequency where you're able to manifest them. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is when we practice conscious connected breathing, and if you'd like to know more about the actual breathwork technique that I teach, then join my group, and when you join, you will get a free guided breathwork exercise from me on connecting with your divine gifts and releasing fear. Super powerful. Definitely go check that out. But anyway, when you utilize this conscious connected breathing that I teach, what also happens is you begin to move energy in the body. Okay? And why is moving energy in the body so powerful? Because stuck energy starts to move. So you might already be aware of this, But everything that you've experienced in your life since you were a child that you haven't fully processed, old trauma, old emotions, old relationships that you haven't fully let go of, any experience you had that you didn't allow yourself to fully process, that you kind of numbed out or you didn't let yourself feel it fully, which is a lot of things, are holding a chemical signature in your cells, right? In the form of a lower vibrational frequency, old stuck energy. It's living in your body, waiting for you to fully experience it and release it. So when you utilize the power of breath work, you give yourself the opportunity to start to move that stuck energy, and you allow yourself to fully experience those old feelings so that you can physically release them from the body, right? So this might come in the form of old beliefs that you picked up in childhood, right? A good example of this would be around money, because we all pick up limiting beliefs around money and abundance from our parents growing up. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that were lucky enough to have parents with really good abundance mindsets, but most of us didn't. So a lot of times when we're children, we pick up limiting beliefs around money and abundance from our parents, right? So say we picked up the belief that money is hard to come by or it's hard to earn money. And even though we say to ourselves that we want to create abundance and we want to create a thriving business and we want to get to the next level in our business financially, we still have this unconscious limiting belief that is telling us that it's hard to earn money or we can only get to a certain level financially because of our parents. So when we start to utilize the power of the breath, those old limiting beliefs that are living in the subconscious that we picked up in childhood all of a sudden rise into the conscious awareness so that we can become aware of the limiting beliefs that are holding us back, and we can physically release them through the breath. It's so powerful because this is twofold. We are raising our vibrational frequency through breath work, through connecting to that quantum field, and simultaneously releasing that old stuck energy that's in a lower vibrational frequency from the body, creating space to call in what we are manifesting, creating space to create a new story that's in a higher level, a higher vibrational frequency that's more in alignment with what we're calling in. Okay, so let me know if this is making sense to you. Let me know if you have questions. Okay, so now where does intuition come in, right? Because this is what I said, I'm talking about intuition. So the single most important factor in learning how to trust your intuition is creating the space to listen to the guidance from your intuition. Ladies, you are getting messages every single day, multiple times a day from your intuition. Your inner guidance system, your higher self, your intuition is constantly sending you messages. It's constantly guiding you. All you need to do is learn how to listen to those messages and trust them, okay? And why the power of breath work is so important is because when you utilize breath work, you create this sacred space where you're able to connect to your intuition, your higher self, your inner guidance system, and you're able to receive those messages, okay? I have a really amazing story about a client that just signed up for my 8-week immersion, the Metamorphosis, which is my 8-week breathwork immersion where you completely transform your life and create exactly what you want. So this is someone that I knew 10 years ago, right? An old friend from 10 years ago, haven't spoken to her in at least a decade. She told me that she was feeling really down. She wasn't sure what was next for her. She was feeling like kind of blah in her life, and she knew she needed something more, and she was just looking for what it was. She was just looking for what was next for her. Well, one night she had a really profound dream about me. Where the dream basically told her that she needed to connect with me. Then the next morning, she went on her phone, went onto Facebook, and saw a video of me talking about this very topic, about intuition. And she got this hit like, oh my God, I think I need to connect with Alyse. And then she reached out to me. I told her about my program. She immediately knew that's what she was supposed to do. Okay, so ladies, that is the perfect example of following the guidance of your intuition. Listening to those things that pop in your mind that seem random, but really it is a message from your soul. Okay, listening to the things that you are drawn to is so, so, so important. Okay, don't dismiss those seemingly random thoughts that pop into your mind, because those are not random. Those are the messages from your soul telling you what is next for you, right? And I know we're all looking right now for what is next. Maybe it's around what's next in your business. Maybe you want to find a new job or a new relationship. Ladies, allow yourself to be led. Okay, and when I say allow yourself to be led, I mean allow yourself to receive the divine guidance from your intuition, from your soul. That is what is never going to steer you wrong, okay? Because I think we've been conditioned by society to always look out here for the answer, right? As children, we're always being told, oh, ask your mom for the answer, or ask your teacher for the answer, or, oh, you're sick, so go to the doctor and find out what's wrong. And we have been conditioned to think that there's some expert outside of us that knows the answer better than we do. And now we are realizing on an individual level and as a collective that that is not true. There is no one outside of you that knows better about what is right for you other than you. You hold all of the answers within you. There is a deep place within you, your inner wisdom, that always knows what the answer is. Even if you feel confused, there is always an option for you to connect with that deep place within you that knows what the answer is. And that is why I'm telling you that utilizing breath work to harness the power of your intuition is one of the most powerful practices that you can do, because once you allow yourself to be guided, you are always going to be in alignment with your highest good, and then you will really be able to open up to true abundance. Okay, so put in the chat, tell me, what businesses do you have? What questions do you have about intuition? What questions do you have about life in general? I can tap into my psychic ability and I can give you an answer, but I really want to know, what are you coming up against right now when it comes to your business and listening to your intuition? Because one of the biggest questions that I always get around intuition is, how do I discern the difference between my intuition and a thought? Right? This is the biggest question that I get. Well, how do I know that it's my intuition talking to me and it's not just a random thought, or it's not just me worrying or anxiety, right? And the biggest way that you can tell between what is a thought and what is your intuition is if there's an emotion attached to it. So usually if there is a thought that's coming from your ego or coming from fear, there's going to be some sort of emotion attached to it, like fear, worry, anxiety, some sort of attachment, right? But an intuitive hit will just come with no emotion attached to it, and it's seemingly random, right? So an intuition will just come as a hit. There won't really be much of an emotion attached to it, and then it'll just go away, and you'll just be like, huh, and you'll just go about your day, right? But if it's a thought, you might start worrying or be like, oh, I hope that doesn't happen. Or you might say, oh, I hope that does happen. So there's an attachment to it, right? There's a fear, a worry. And usually if it's a thought from your ego and not your intuition, it's coming from a train of thoughts, right? So maybe you see something and you're like, oh, I'm hungry, or oh, it's coming from a train of thoughts, okay? But an intuitive hit will be seemingly random, and you might think, oh, that's just a random thought, or maybe a random person just popped into your head, right? Those things that are seemingly random are not random. Those are the messages from your intuition, and it's so important that you listen to them. Okay, Susan, I'm in MLS. I can discern between my head and my intuition. All right, that's awesome. Yeah, and that's so, so important to be able to discern what is just a thought and what is your intuition. And once you're able to do that, then it's so much easier to allow your intuition to lead you, right? So another example of this would be like, say a random person just pops into your head, right? And you're not sure why. Or maybe you have a thought that you're supposed to go somewhere, or you're supposed to call someone, and you listen to it, and it ends up leading you to meeting someone that you're in a relationship with, meeting someone that leads you to a new job, right? It's so important to allow yourself to follow those breadcrumbs, follow those pings of those messages that you're always receiving, okay? Because that is what is going to lead you to make the right decisions in your business that are in alignment for you, that are going to lead you to creating more abundance, more prosperity, but more importantly, much more happiness and more well-being. Okay. My deceased father came to me in my dream last night for the first time in years. Oh my gosh, yes, that is so amazing, and that is such a sign that you are waking up to your abilities. Ladies, we all have intuitive abilities, we all have psychic abilities, and now more than ever, it's so important to nourish them and cultivate them and trust those abilities, right? We all have them. All of my clients come to me and they end up realizing that they have such strong psychic and intuitive abilities, and through the breath work we're able to really uncover what their powerful divine gifts are so they can actually share them with the world. Lucille says, I'm in real estate and trying to think outside the box. Totally. So Lucille, it would be so amazing for you to start to create a routine of practices. I don't know if you do meditation or breath work at all, but start carving out 10-15 minutes a day to do meditation, to do breath work, to do some kind of practice where you're connecting with your higher self, connecting with your intuition, and beginning to receive those messages. Ladies, we all have this ability, and it's so important now more than ever to allow yourself to be led by your intuition so that you can be in that perfect alignment with your highest good, which will allow you to create such abundance and prosperity in your business, in your career, and in your life in general. Because once you become aligned with what your mission is here on this planet, then there's nothing that you can do except create abundance, because you are living out the reason why you came to this planet, okay? And we all inherently know what our purpose is. Sometimes we may be confused about how we're supposed to play our purpose out, but we all inherently know what we're naturally good at and what our purpose here is on this planet. Like for me, I know I came to this planet to help people raise their consciousness and raise their vibrational frequency, right? And that's why I teach breath work, because it's the #1 way to raise your vibrational frequency. So it's so important to begin to connect with yourself in this way so that you can connect with your purpose and begin to live it more fully in a way that nourishes you and nourishes the planet. Because right now the planet is ascending. We are all being asked to wake up and live in a fuller expression of who we really are. Okay? And that is what listening to your intuition is. It's allowing yourself to be fully expressed instead of pushing those things down or dismissing them like they are just random. Instead, it's about honoring and listening to those divine messages from your soul. And the more you honor them and the more you listen to them, the more they are going to come through, because you're creating this sacred space where you are listening to this higher part of yourself. You're tuning into that higher vibrational frequency. And that's what I was talking about in the beginning with breath work, where when we utilize the power of breath work, we are tuning into a higher frequency where infinite possibilities exist, where we can now have access to this infinite wisdom of the universe, and we can utilize it to know what is next for us in our lives, okay? So important. I am so passionate about this. If this is something that is resonating with you and you want to learn more about breath work, then join my group, Breathe to Succeed. It's totally free. When you join, you'll have access to a free guided breathwork session by me, where I guide you to release the fear that's holding you back and uncover your divine gifts. It's really powerful. powerful, and it's totally free. So definitely join my group. And if you are interested in seeing how breathwork can completely transform your life and take you to the next level in your career, relationships, business, and really just begin to raise your frequency so you can be divinely guided and live a life that's in alignment with your fullest expression, then set up a call with me to talk about my 8-week immersion. Let me know if you have questions too, because I would be happy to answer questions about breathwork, intuition, or anything else. But yes, now is the time, ladies. Listen to what you're being drawn to. If there is a modality, a healer, a coach, a teacher that you are drawn to their energy, listen to that. That is your soul telling you what is next for you. That is your soul telling you what the next step is. Your feeling of being drawn towards information, being drawn towards a person, that is your soul's guidance. That is your intuition. Allow yourself to be led by that. And the other thing is, don't wait. Don't wait because you're afraid. If you're afraid to take that leap, you're afraid to commit to something, you're afraid to invest in yourself, don't wait because you're going to keep yourself feeling stuck. Take that leap. Do the thing that you're afraid of. Listen to your soul's guidance. So important right now for us to step into that more full expression of who we really are. Stop holding back. For me, in the past year, the biggest change that I made to propel myself forward in my business and create the exact life that I want is I stopped trying to please other people. I stopped holding back my power because I was afraid of what other people were going to think, or I was afraid that other people were going to feel uncomfortable. I stopped pretending that I was someone I wasn't just because I was scared of what other people were going to think. And I came out and said, I'm a healer, I'm a psychic, I'm a breath worker. This is what I do. This is what I'm good at. And I stopped worrying about making other people uncomfortable. And I stopped worrying about if other people were going to judge me and what they were going to think about me. And I just came out and said who I really am. Anna, I'm at work, but want to watch this later. Will it be available? Yes, it should be available in this group for a little while. Also, if you join my group, I have countless videos about intuition, about breath work, about ascension, and so many other amazing topics. So I have so much free content in there. So definitely join my group as well. The link is above if you want access to more of my teachings and more of my videos. There's so much free content in my group. So definitely hop over there and join. But yeah, ladies, do the thing that you're afraid of, allow yourself to be led, and trust what you're drawn to. Trust your intuition. It is guiding you every day. And if you want to learn how to use breath work to connect with yourself, to align with your purpose, and to step into the fullest expression of who you really are, then join my group and try my free breathwork exercise. You will be blown away. It is super powerful. Now is the time. Connect with your intuition and trust what you are drawn to and honor yourself. It's the best way that you can honor yourself is by trusting your intuition. So thank you so much, ladies. It was so great connecting with all of you. Please let me know if you have any questions. I would love to see you in my group, and I'd love to, if you are interested in breathwork in a deeper way, set up a call with me. I'd love to hear from you. Both the links are above. Lots of love to all of you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.